Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today our group will present about traditional and modern method of teaching Islamic education based on infographic and poster that have been prepared by us. But before we start, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nik Muhammad Amar bin Nik Muhammad Fazil, the first presenter. So this is the full poster infographic about traditional and modern method of teaching Islamic education. We can see here there is traditional method and also modern method, and comparison between traditional and modern method of teaching Islamic education. So inshallah, after this we will go through each point in detail. So we start with traditional method of teaching Islamic education. The first point or the first method is textbook. Textbook commonly being used in primary and secondary schools. It is act as a source and reference for each topic in the syllabus and education process. And for your information, this method or textbook is still being used until this day, especially in our country, in our education system. And the second point is talaqi. Talaqi is the face-to-face delivery and teaching method that directly from a teacher to students. This method usually used for Quranic teaching and Islamic books. And this method, the interesting part about this method was implemented by Rasulullah to companions. So we can see here that this method is one of the earliest method of teaching Islamic education in early age of Islam. We move to the third point. The third method is memorization. According to Ibn Arabi, memorization is the first step in Islamic education during Andalusia time, and this method is used for memorizing the important parts in Islamic education, such as memorizing Quran and also Hadith, and also regarding the Islamic jurisprudence. For the memorization, I can say that this is one of the greatest method in teaching Islamic education. The next point, lectures and sermons. And this method is teacher-centered method, where teachers giving lectures verbally and mostly applied at madrasah, ma'had and mosque. And when the teacher give the lectures and sermons, the student must hear to the lectures properly. So this method has been used by the great scholars in early age of Islam, such as in the time of companions, and also being used by Imam Malik and Imam Abu Hanifah in learning and also teaching the students, teaching about the Islamic education to the students. So the last point is literatures. Teachers are infusing Islamic teaching and values through poem that memorized by students. It is also can be an attraction for students while learning. So this method of teaching Islamic education had been popularized by Imam Shafi'i, Imam Ghazali, and also Sheikh Yusuf Al-Qardawi. This method also can be such an entertainment for the student in learning and also understanding the Islamic teaching, the Islamic education more better. So I think that's all from me. We will proceed to the modern method of teaching Islamic education.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Muhammad Faiz Akmal bin Muhammad Fauzi. Now, I will continue with the modern method of teaching Islamic education. The first method is multimedia learning process. This method is various digital media types such as text, image, audio, and video into an integrated multisensory interactive application. For example, we use image and video when we teaching in the class, and we show to the student by using LCD or projector. And the second point is role play. Role play is a technique that allows students to explore realistic situation by interacting with other people in a managed way in order to develop experience. For example, when we teach about the evolution, we ask the student to show to us how to perform the evolution. And the third point is brainstorming. Brainstorming is used or this method is used in the process of solving a problem to generalize or to make synthesis. For example, we give a problem or a question to our student and then ask them to find the best solution for that problem. And then the fourth point is e-learning. E-learning is we teach the class by using the internet, and there are many examples for e-learning such as e-discussion, e-monitoring, e-tutorial, e-access, and many more. And the last point for the modern method of teaching Islamic education is cooperative learning, which small teams and each with the student of different levels of ability. We as a teacher, we need to use the variety of learning activities to improve their understanding of Islamic education subject. Now we continue with the comparison about modern and traditional method of teaching Islamic education.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, my name is Amri bin Abdul Razak. So today I will present about the comparison between the traditional and modern method of teaching Islamic education. So we will compare it to the 5 types, which is the assessment, learning resources, learning center, teaching technique, and learning evaluation. So I will present about the assessment and learning resources. Okay, for the assessment, during traditional method, it is focusing on learning individually and do the task or homework by themselves, which is the students the task given by the teacher to complete at home individually. It is more focusing on individual work. So the students during the traditional method is not much exposed to the group work or do the task in the group with his friends. So they are focusing on individual, while the modern method, it is focused on collaborative work, which is learning where the students are asked to complete the task by working together in the group. So modern method is more focusing on practical assessment, which is it is aimed to build the skills to the students and the way of thinking, which is during the group work they can share the information between them. Okay, for the next one is learning resources. Okay, for the traditional method, we can see that learning resources are still limited to the information provided by the teacher based on the textbook. So the students commonly use the textbooks by and the exercise also provided in the textbook, while in the modern method we can see that learning resources are increasingly developing along with advances in science and technology as well as human creativity. Okay, for the modern method, it is more focused on the science and the technology. For example, the students are asked to do the task in the laptop or the phones or any technology that teach by the teacher. Okay, so it is aimed to build more skills in them, and it is important for their future. Okay, so that's all from me.
Rahim. My name is Amirul Arief. I would like to continue about comparison of traditional and modern method Islamic education. For the fourth one is teaching technique. For traditional method, the teachers did not be exposed by the proper teaching strategy, where they still stick on the old method, which is talaki and using textbook. Only teacher plays the important role in the learning process, while the student just receiving the information and jot down in the book. For the modern method, student will participate in the learning process actively. During the learning process, the student will exchange the information among them by brainstorming, role play, and discussion. From this, they will gain the information by sharing their idea and information and knowledge. So for the last one is learning evaluation. For traditional method, the learning evaluation is measured by the period of learning. The achievement of the student can be seen through the longest period, such as pondok system. For the pondok system is measured, the longer they study there, the more valuable and meaningful their graduation. So for modern method is the learning evaluation is measured by examination and test system. All schools implement centered examination system such as Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia, Pentaksiran Tingkatan 3, PT3, and Ujian Penilaian Sekolah Rendah UPSR. From this examination, they can know their ability in each subject. That's all from us. Thank you.